All right, this is Deanna Marie, and welcome back here to the Clusie. And today we're going to be talking about what actually leads to an abundant and prosperous life. Okay, so let's get started. All right, today's Bible verse reference is going to be 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 10 through 14. So you guys know how I am. Open up those Bibles, get in the Word, and let God speak to you what He needs to speak to you about, and pray, and open up the lines of communication. Okay. At this point in the Bible, King Solomon has taken over the kingdom from David, and God comes to him in a vision, and he says, ask me for anything. What do you want? And I'll give it to you. And King Solomon gives an answer. He says he wants wisdom. And because he answers like that, God says, I'm going to give you above and beyond your expectations. I'm going to give you riches. I'm going to give you power. I'm going to give you glory. I'm going to give you all of that because you asked for wisdom, and you will get everything else in as well. So what does that mean for you? I hope that you understand that you can have wealth and be a fool, not know how to manage it, and end up in a worse place than you began without the wealth. Wisdom is what gives you a prosperous and abundant life. Wisdom is actually truly what's going to help you live an abundant life, because when you have the wisdom to manage a little, it will eventually become a lot. Or when you have the wisdom to be satisfied and understand that maybe having the most isn't the best thing for you, then you will live an abundant, satisfied life. Wisdom is what makes you intelligent. It's what makes you happy. It's what makes you make the correct decisions for your life, and be a good person, and walk with intelligence. And wisdom is everything that you actually need. The wealth, the power, the riches, the everything like that doesn't really matter if you don't know how to actually manage it. You could have the best wife or spouse in the world, but if you're a fool and you don't know how to treat that person correctly, or you don't know how to treat, your husband correctly and be submissive and be respectful, if you don't know how to treat your wife correctly and, love her and cherish her and treat her like the daughter of God that she is, if you don't know that wisdom and you don't have wisdom in any of that, it wouldn't matter if you got the best wife in the world, because you would end up destroying it because you are not wise and you don't know how to handle it. The same thing with money. If God gave you $1 billion, but you have no wisdom, that $1 billion is actually going to destroy your life, and not only your life, other people's lives around you, because you don't know how to use it correctly. You don't know. You're going to waste it on stuff. It's not going to help anyone else. A lot of people, when they get a lot of money, that's why when people win the lottery, a lot of them, not all of them, some of them move in wisdom and they're okay. But for the most part, a lot of them do not make wise decisions right away. They spend, they do this, they do that. They don't hire financial advisors. They don't do some things that they should think about doing. And so the wealth goes just as fast as it came into their life. And it ends up hurting a lot of people along the way. Normally it destroys a lot of people's lives more than it helps. So that being said, wisdom is needed when you're managing stuff. So if you're asking God for a blessing, if you're asking God for I need a spouse, I need a spouse, I need a spouse, why don't you ask, instead of just asking for that, ask for the wisdom that you're going to need to be a good spouse. Ask for the wisdom that you're going to need in order for you to be the best husband or girl or, wife that you could possibly be. Ask for those things. Ask for the wisdom to manage the money. Who should you use as a financial advisor? What investment should you make? How should you run your business? Ask for the wisdom that comes behind it. Don't just ask for resources, because once you get those resources, if you're not exhibiting wisdom and having intelligence, you're not even going to know what to do when you get it. If you said, I want to be a $1 billion business owner, make me that right now. If you don't have the wisdom to run a big business like that, how do you think you're going to maintain the business functioning properly? You're not. You're going to make a whole bunch of bad decisions, and the business is going to go under, and then you're going to destroy everybody's lives that's working at the company because you didn't ask for wisdom. You just asked for the blessing. You have to have the wisdom in order to treat the blessing respectfully and according to God. He can't just give you stuff without you knowing that you not knowing how to function or manage it or anything like that. And that especially is true. You guys need to be very, very careful when you're asking for spouses and stuff like that, because you're going to get that spouse. Like, you'll get it if you have the desire in your heart, but you really need to learn, ask for wisdom. Like I pray for wisdom, like, how can I be a good wife? How can I be a good wife? How can I be a good wife to my husband? What's he going to need? What type of person is he needing in his life, so that I can be a good helper and stuff like that. I'm not just over here praying, send me a husband, send me a husband, send me a husband, because that wouldn't even matter. If the guy showed up and I wasn't asking for wisdom and I wasn't preparing and I wasn't doing the things that I was supposed to be doing, I wouldn't even know it if he showed up. I wouldn't know who it is, where to go, what to do, how to be a good wife. I wouldn't know any of those things. So, that being said, instead of just praying for blessings, pray for wisdom behind how to manage the blessings, how to make the blessing flourish and be prosperous so that you can have an abundant life here, okay? So anyways, like, share, subscribe, and comment as always, and I'll see you guys back here next time.